What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Sports TV. I'm here with my bro from the Boxing Clinic and more, CJ Goodfella. My other bro, the OG, both from Truth and Fact Sports Talk, should be joining us in a few minutes, and maybe some other people, man. But as you can tell by the title, we're here to talk about a wide variety of topics and not just boxing. Even though boxing may dominate the conversation, and maybe some other people, but we about to talk about Ryan Garcia since he's the hot topic from last night. We're not gonna stay long on this. At least we're not gonna try to, because we talked about this shit ad nauseum. But everybody want a different perspective. You heard me, CJ's on his channel. My boy Bo, he'll give it a different perspective, and whoever else may join. So we're gonna just skip that right now until he get on the show. We're gonna talk about Paxton Lynch was cut by the Denver Broncos. 2 years ago, he was the first round draft pick out of Memphis. Are you shocked by this, CJ? I'm not, but are you?
Nah, he was a bum. I liked him coming out of Memphis, but nah, I ain't shocked by this. Not at all, man. They still got old boy over there too.
Who? Trevor Siemian?
No, that nigga would he was somebody because they played him.
Who, Trevor Siemian?
Yeah, he on they played him in preseason. He was somebody.
I think he's still with them, bro.
He was he might be on the Redskins, bro. I think that might be the team.
Hey, y'all smash that like, man. Y'all smash that like, hit that subscribe button and all that, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that nigga's not on that team no more, man.
Hell nah.
He on the Vikings. He on the Vikings, bro.
Hell nah, bro. You lying.
Yeah, he is, bro. I see that nigga on the preseason game when they played.
You right, bro. You right. Goddamn, you right like a motherfucker.
That nigga ain't on there no more, man. Nigga's a bum. They might as well have made that trade then, to be honest.
Hell yeah, because I forgot he with them. Yeah. Because they got Chase Keenum.
Chase Keenum.
That nigga is a fluke, bro. That nigga benefited last year.
He looked pretty good with the Broncos this year. He can't be no worse than what they had last year.
Nah, and Chad Kelly, the fucking backup quarterback.
That nigga should start. He gonna end up fucking starting. That nigga can hoop.
Yeah, he can.
Hoop. Ball, I mean.
Yeah, he can ball. Yeah. We know what you meant, but yeah, dude is nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's why they brought in Chase Keenum for real. Just to
bridge him in.
Kind of cuddle him a little bit for 1 or 2 years, and then what's up, General Pendant?
Yeah, what's going on, family? You see, old boy, sparring.
Who? Let's go.
Yeah, man, come bring your ass back. Go ahead and bring your ass back.
Fight
Deontay Wilder.
I don't know if we do. I don't know about all that now.
Go ahead and fight Deontay Wilder. Why not?
Get knocked out. Get knocked the fuck out. Get knocked the fuck out, and it'll be worse if he fight Deontay Wilder, bro. Hell no. Nah. The Wilder a fucking killer in there. He won't to catch a body. He told y'all before.
Yeah, and Klitschko wasn't even trying to fight him and shit. But Fred from Barbershop Conversation say alarming. Sean Porter says, he be reaching with this title, but he says Sean Porter says Garcia wasn't best camp, Bronner was. If Bronner was your best camp, that was a shitty ass performance.
Yeah. That
was a shitty ass. Look, that shit turned off more boxing fans from boxing, dog. That took away from his fan count.
Bro, that shit was just a hug fest, bro. And then when fucking Bronner dropped his ass with the left hook in the last round, I was like, what the fuck was Dan Bronner the previous 11 rounds? You know what I'm saying? That shit was pathetic as fuck, bro. That shit was horrible, cuz.
Look, man, people don't even remember that fight. Real shit. We talking about losses. Like he lost to Madonna. He lost to Mikey. I'm like, man, where that third loss come from?
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, that nigga Porter beat you. You got beat by the linebacker, huh?
And that bitch was on NBC, too, man. That shit was, man, that was a bad fight, man. I remember my friend, he was talking about everybody watching the fight. He was talking about how Sean Porter sounded like a sissy. I was cracking bro. He was like, this nigga that sound like a sissy. Because, you talk about that. Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro. That was supposed to, like I said this in another video. I said, Lucas Matisse for Danny Garcia and Sean Porter for versus Broner, that was supposed to blow them up as bigger stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it didn't blow them up to bigger stars, and I think after that they just got content. Like being a star wasn't gonna happen for neither one of them. Real superstar.
Zolife A13 said Porter a strong safety. He's something, bro. He one of those fucking football positions, you know, a position in football, linebacker, corner, DN. He's something,
or get back, get your ass back on the bench. Get your ass back. What you doing? Get your ass back on the bench.
Yeah. But to your point, CJ, it was supposed to blow up Broner, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because he the one that can market himself. He got the personality. He got the hate, the love relationship with the fans and the media. So if he could have won that fight and like impressively won that fight, he would have been a further along. But you know, we know
same thing for Porter. He was using him as a stepping stone, bro, and going to bigger and better things. They talking about this Mayweather McGregor shit again, man. I'm not even gonna watch it. I'll stream that shit on Instagram TV, man. I'm not even gonna watch it this time around. They really gonna fight again.
Bro, it ain't worth the shit, cuz like, why do we want to see that, man? Why we want to see
now
that?
Him versus Paulie? I'll pay to see that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what happened to sparring. All that trash talk, that was some good build up.
Yeah. Hey, y'all hit that like button as y'all come in, man. But
he was Conor McGregor was milking that camp, bro. Man, like he slipped a punch a mile and shit. Them niggas in there posing, man.
Yeah, bro.
That nigga was mad. That motherfucker be in one corner and the jab be all the way in another corner. He was milking that, bro.
Yeah. He's smart, bro. He's smart. He know how to play the game and shit. But I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I don't know if I pay for it though, bro. I don't know if I pay
for Paulie.
I don't know if I pay for that shit, cuz.
No, I ain't paying for shit, bro. I ain't paying for no. I tell people I ain't paying. It's only a select few number of pay-per-views I'm paying for now on, bro.
I'm paying for that Wilder. I'm
going to that shit, man. I'm gonna go to that shit, man. I think I might either go to Danny and Derevchenko and Wilder and Fury. The only thing about Wilder and Fury, man, I don't know if I want to invest my money in that and that nigga fuck around and pull out and something happen. I'm gonna be mad, even though you still be in Vegas. But your first fight in Vegas, my first fight in Vegas, I'm gonna see that shit, man. So I'm gonna put some bread up. I'm gonna fly. Vegas cheap, towards the end of the year too.
Shit, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to save up for might take my girl to New York or some shit. I don't know yet.
You gonna have fun in that shit. You might as well catch a December New York fight, Lomachenko or some shit, bro.
Man, fuck that shit. You
get 18.
You breaking up, CJ?
Them tickets be. I'm breaking up.
Yeah. Go try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Probably because Bo hopped on. That's probably why.
But
no, you.
Go ahead, CJ. I'm reading these comments. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to that shit, man. Only time I'm gonna wait, man. If you wait last minute for your flight and hotel ticket, then it's gonna go up. If you can get it now, they announced the fight. You can get it now. But man, if Fury pull out that bitch, I'm gonna forever hate that nigga, dog. I spend my money to go to Vegas. Ain't shit to do, bro.
Yeah, because honestly, bro, go ahead.
I know Danny Derevchenko gonna be a good ass fight, and that bitch $400 for me to fly in Saturday and I'll leave Sunday morning. I know that's gonna be a dog ass fight. You know what I'm saying? At the Masters Guard Theater room.
You can catch that bitch though, can't you?
No, I fly.
Hey, nah, it's up north, cuz you don't know what's going on in these trains and shit. We don't do that, cuz.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly to that bitch. I know it's gonna be a TSA gonna fucking damn near grope your ass, but shit, it is what it is. I like going to the airports. That bitch like a mall. Flying just so comfortable.
What's good, Bo?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. We talking about some of everything. We touched on Paxton. I keep calling him Paxton. Paxton Lynch getting fucking cut. Give us your 2 cents on that, man, because we're gonna be talking about a variety of different shit, bouncing back and forth. Ain't no set, topics and shit.
All right, man. You know what is the reality of it, man? In football, NFL literally stands for not for long, meaning that if you ain't producing, if you ain't put in the right position, or if you ain't pretty much have the backing of the front office, that's why it's the NFL not for long, because you ain't gonna be there like that. Then they drafted him, and it was just in my honest opinion, man, it was a situation of they had too many quarterbacks and they had to make a decision on which one they wanted to keep and which one they had to leave. Now, you can always make the argument, well, did they ever really give him a chance? And that would be a very good argument, because if you look at pretty much he pretty much played in the preseason and he wasn't able to win the backup position. But even if you're telling me he was the third string quarterback, and they had another quarterback that they felt that they didn't give, from what I understand, it was another quarterback that they felt they didn't give enough attention to because he was injured, then technically this guy was the fourth string quarterback. So, they just, and then you got to also remember too, when you're drafted, I think this guy was drafted first round 26. He's not a lottery pick, but it's still a certain amount of money that you have to give this kid. And they probably just figured, man, you know what? We're better off cutting ties and hoping he goes somewhere else, because he's not deep. He's not deep into the team. He hasn't shown anything else, and we got a guy that we haven't gave a chance to. And then we brought in another guy, and then depending on what the other quarterback that they brought in, how much you're talking about paying him, you just got to make room from a money basis. So, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation that this is the kid that you draft that you really didn't give a chance to, because normally when you draft in the first round and you draft a guy like him at 26, you're drafting the future. So meaning that you're giving him time to learn. And normally most quarterbacks, they come in, they get to learn behind another quarterback. Aaron Rodgers got to learn behind Brett Favre. Elway got to learn behind, so forth and so on. But that never happened for this kid. And it's just unfortunate, man.
It is, but I mean, obviously you didn't get the chance to fucking play. In the times he did play last year, he looked like shit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he went two straight off seasons. He lost to Trevor Siemian, who they couldn't wait to get rid of. They shipped his ass out to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they had a fucking valuable team that wanted to take his ass, you know what I'm saying? They shipped him off. You got Chad Kelly. What was he, a 7th-round draft pick?
Chad Kelly?
Yeah, the nephew of Jim Kelly. Great.
I think he was like 6 or something like that, 6th round or something like that.
6 or 7. He already the backup quarterback, and we know Chad Kelly get busy. The motherfucker can play. He got a strong arm, athletic. He got a bright future. Plus, he got that Kelly blood in him. So, he got that going for him. Plus, John Elway, the white guys and shit stick together. Him and Kelly played against each other and shit. And Kelly probably swears by his damn nephew. You know what I'm saying? And then you got them bringing in Case Keenum, who lit it up for Minnesota last year. I don't know. CJ, how many years was it that they bring in Keenum for?
I don't even know. I know they signed him.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, and then you gotta see. This is why this is why the draft is so important, depending on what type of program that you come from out of college, because depending on what type of offense you want to run, what type of schemes you want to run, do you want to run the I back? Do you want to run, the I formation or a single bat or a shotgun?
Spread.
Just spread. All of that is very, very important, man. Depending on what program you come from that we want to try to run.
Yeah, that too as well, and it's also the player, man. Can he fit? Or are you willing to be flexible?
Exactly. Yeah. Can you fit? Are you willing to study the damn playbook? Are you willing to? Because that's actually what it sounds like to me when you talk about something he couldn't outdo a 7th-round draft pick. Was how well are you applying yourself?
Are you talking about Chad Kelly?
Yeah,
he better. I mean, Chad Kelly probably a better blue chipper than him. Chad Kelly just got into a lot of trouble in college.
Yeah.
He got in a lot of trouble. He probably a better player than Paxton Lynch. Paxton Lynch won shit, but what's the old boy name? That was the quarterback before him. That was out with the big arm. Same stature. Brock. What was the old boy name?
Osweiler. No, he wasn't Osweiler.
I'm just saying he the same. They was the same person. Same player. Big arm, 6'7", a little bit of mobility. You know what I'm saying? They had the same kind of, body frame. And they had a big arm. They just, at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta look at your team and maybe you're not evaluating your quarterbacks, or you're not. Maybe you're not really easing them in, or you're not, coaching them up right. That might be the itch. And what Chris Carter say? He said in this league, you'll get marginalized if you're not in the right system. And that's real shit, man.
That's exactly, which is the reason why sometimes, how many players I've seen get cut and they go to other teams. Chris Carter was one of them. Yep. Chris Carter got cut. and goes to another.
Yeah, he was on the Devil's Dandruff, though. He was on.
He was what?
I mean, he was on like Michael Irvin.
That sugar. He was on that sugar.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you know, like I said, man. Sometimes Bears. What was that dude? The Bears drafted the running back out of Texas.
Oh, you talking about Cedric Benson?
Cedric Benson. Now Cedric Benson left the Bears and became a beast.
Oh yeah, Cincinnati. He was straight. Yeah, he was good at Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Hey, look, the Lions got a few niggas that left here was good, man. Cliff Averill left here, took off, man. A few niggas left here. You got some people that leave that, like in Dominican Sue, he left a team that was a defense that was built around him, and he go sign with the Dolphins. He went to the Dolphins and got he ain't do shit.
Nope.
Hey, so like, what's good, Lawrence? Yeah, General Pendy is Swag Kelly gonna start something in Denver. Zolite said y'all wildin'. He a poor man's Peyton Manning. He talking about Osweiler trash. G trash. Osweiler definitely trash. He's still in the league.
No, I don't know, man. They get him so many opportunities. Keep playing and playing and playing. So, I mean, you know, he probably get another opportunity. But yeah, that's the NFL for you, man. If you ain't in the right system, man, a lot of these talent evaluators are retarded, bro. Some of these dudes that's in the position they in, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. You just look at it, bro. And then when they wrong, they do man tendency shit that you do with your wife. You know you wrong, but she ain't gonna admit that you wrong to her because you know she gonna rub into your face. They gonna keep playing the same player, hoping they get better. And nigga, this nigga been in your franchise for 3 years, dog. For 3 years. Yeah, he been in your franchise for 3 years, and he ain't did shit yet. It ain't working. Switch it up.
Hey, TJ. I don't know if you're looking at the comments, but your boy Andre Garcia, I think it is. He said, "I know you're a Detroit native, or your quarterback trash." Hey, y'all got to get off Matt Stafford, bro. I like Matt Stafford. Hold on,
Matt Stafford. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. All right, let's have an honest conversation about Mr. Matt Stafford, man. For real. All right, and now here's what is y'all take of Matt Stafford? Let me hear what your take is.
All I'm gonna say is he is playing for the Detroit Lions, and if he was with any other organization, that nigga probably won a few playoff games by minimum, bro. He stepped into an 0-16 situation. He came in after that, and he ain't had but 1,000-yard rusher. In the year he had a 1,000-yard rusher, Reggie Bush. At the end of that year, him and Joyke Bell kept fumbling. They fumbled it away. Stafford got all the talent in the world. It ain't Stafford's fault. Y'all can blame Stafford all you want.
Okay. But
he with the Detroit Lions organization, dog. They will make anybody quit football. I'm amazed that he hasn't retired yet, bro. I'm amazed.
Here's my issue with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, now I will say this. I never thought the Detroit Lions put an offensive line around him. A good offensive line around him. That's number one. Matt Stafford is a quarterback. He reminds me of overrated quarterback Jim Plunkett. Not Jim. Yeah, not Jim Plunkett. What's his name? Jake. His name was something Snake.
Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer. Oh yeah, Jake Snake Plummer. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Jake Plummer.
Hold
on. Let me hear me out. He was one of those quarterbacks like Jake Plummer, where he needs about 7 seconds to let the ball go because he likes to survey the field, and they never ever put together an offensive scheme to utilize the fact he's a good slant thrower. If you put somebody on the slant, he'll hit that slant throw every damn time. I don't think he's an effective deep ball thrower, but then again, you never gave him an effective deep ball threat. And and then you mentioned something about he had Megatron, but I don't know, man. Megatron, I got my reservations about him. And then, like you said, they never gave him 1,000 yards. They never gave him 1,000 yards rusher. Now, Matt, he can put up some numbers. I think if you put him in an effective position and you give him some type of offensive line, he can be good. I just always question his decision making, and that was always my thing with Matt Stafford. The guy,
I think he got better, bro. I think he got better, man. But
the decision making is when you drop back, you got to drop back 40, 50 times a game. I mean, shit. If you go outside and shoot 40, 50 free throws, you're gonna miss a few, right? If you drop back 40,
the Thurman elbow.
You surprised, man. You drop back 40, 50 times a game, and you see 7. You ain't never seen an 8-9 man box. Even on 4th and inches, niggas ain't putting 8-9 man box on the Lions. Real shit. It's the organization that killed him, man. The organization, I wouldn't have signed back here if I was him. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Where else do you think he would have gone to get that kind of money?
Anybody would have paid him. Are you crazy? Kansas City would have paid him.
No, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Look. Them white folks love Matthew Stafford, bro. Did you hear? I don't even listen to Colin Hurd. You hear him talk about? He said he's a more talented quarterback from a blue chip observation than Aaron Rodgers. A lot of them feel that way. The Lions have killed him, man. It's hard. Imagine if Matt Ryan didn't have a running game. Look at Matt Ryan. He got the offensive line. He got the offensive line. He got the receivers. Muhammad Sanu. He had Tyler Gabriel. He had Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman. They got he got everything. They had the kick returner at one time.
Who was that?
They got the kicker. Huh?
Wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan got everything around him. Everything. It's no excuse that he shouldn't have won a Super Bowl at least last year. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been impressed with Matt Ryan. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
But he got everything though. Matthew Stafford don't have nothing. He got the boards.
Let me jump in. Y'all hit that like button too, man. Andre said he was losing games with a beast ass defense and had Megatron.
Hold on. People kill me with that. A beast ass defense don't do nothing if you ain't got no offense help. And I know people always want to talk about Megatron. Listen, man, I was never one of those dudes that was high on Megatron. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Megatron, in my honest opinion, he was never like a big time game. He wasn't like a Michael Irving or Terrell, or he wasn't a big time game changer, man.
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
I was never a big fan of Megatron. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
No, because he always used to torch the Bears, but not just that's no here nor there. But I feel him because he never got an opportunity to be on that stage. I'm trying to tell you, it's the Fords, man. The Lions is the Fords, bro. You can talk about Lions. Hey, look, you can hear somebody say some casual shit like, "Oh, they had a beastie defense," but Joe Lombardi was the offensive coordinator. So what was he doing? He didn't know what he was doing. The organization of the Fords is terrible. It's terrible, bro. That organization is terrible, bro. They made Barry Sanders walk away from the game. Calvin Johnson just said, "You know what, bro? I don't want to do it."
That hurt right there, man. Listen, that hurt right. Barry Sanders, and you know what used to make me mad, and I have reservations about Emmitt Smith because I really Emmitt Smith was just hanging around just to beat that wrestling name by Walter Payton. But when Barry Sanders retired, he was what 17 or 1800 yards away from beating Walter Payton's record. He would have beat that easily that year.
He walked away. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the Fords will do that, bro. I've been here my whole life watching Lions, bro. They ain't won the playoff game since 91. What they do is they put a half-ass team around you and they cheat. I'm trying to tell you, Stafford will be a top 5 quarterback easy with the right organization, but he don't have that.
Man, I disagree on that one. I disagree. You know what? I have to see him in that situation to believe that.
All right. I'm trying to tell you. Let's spin this. All right. All right, bro. You don't believe in Matt Stafford. You think he what you want to say? Overrated, middle of the pack. What you put him? Top 15, top 20?
I think you'd have to put Matt Stafford middle of the pack. Listen, he has great potential. He has a big
all right.
Like he has the potential. I just think for me, I haven't seen nothing from him to finally put me over on him.
All right, is there 9 quarterbacks better than him?
No, there's not. I can name them off. No.
I want to get Bo's take. Is there 9 quarterbacks better than? I think Stafford a top 10 quarterback.
You think you're top? Well, you know what? See, yeah, I could go along with top 10 because when you start breaking things down by numbers, potential, and all that stuff, yeah, you can definitely make an argument that Stafford is probably a top 10 quarterback. I agree with that.
But at the end of the day, that's not saying much today, though. I'm gonna just say that that's not saying much today.
Yeah. I mean, it's not because Jameis Winston in Zoe life, he said his quarterback. Obviously he ain't happy with his quarterback because he said Jameis Winston is
he another guy that ain't put nothing around him, bro. Y'all looking at these quarterbacks, y'all judging them, but guess what? He don't have no offensive line either.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And you know, I haven't really watched a lot of Jamie Winston over there in Tampa Bay, but I honestly think again that's not the. So you also have to realize too that's not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. Like if you give him the offense that Trent Dilfer had, and you get it to Jameis Winston, he would be better in that position than Trent Dilfer was. Trent Dilfer was just a game manager.
But look at old boy though. From they praise Andrew Luck, but that nigga throw an interception or have a turnover or both every game. A fumble and interception every game.
What's good, Corey B? What's good? I don't know if I agree with you about Mike Evans being a top 5 receiver.
No, he ain't no top 5. Hell no.
He on the outside.
No, he ain't even there. Look at his drop rate. He dropped a ball too much, bro. You got D Hop, you got DeAndre Hopkins better than him. Odell Beckham better than him. AB better than him. Julio better than him. AJ Green better than him.
Beckham, you can make Odell Beckham probably the best receiver in the league right now.
In my opinion, he right there. You know, he right there if you can play up to his potential.
Yeah.
Then you can go. Who else you got? Who else you got out there as a receiver? I'm trying to think off the top. Keenan Allen better than him. You know, off of just last year.
Yeah,
last year. Last year.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but the only reason that made me say because that motherfucker prone to tearing his ACL. But if Keenan in the lineup, bro, he a straight beast, bro.
He a beast. He told the Cowboys who else you can go. I'm trying to think as far as shit. Old boy from the no, I wouldn't say him, but I like him from the Rams. The little white boy, Cooper Kupp, he coming. Doug Baldwin, you know, I'm not saying he better than Mike Evans, but he up there. Man. You know, Larry Fitzgerald still putting in work too.
Oh man, well, I mean, come on, that's Larry Fitzgerald.
He's top 5 all time to me. He's top 5 for me all time. I'm sorry.
Top 5 all time
for me. Yeah, he in my top 5, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, who be the 4 dudes ahead of him?
Jerry, T.O.
Man.
I had a list though. I can't remember, but I know it was Jerry. No particular order. Jerry, T.O.
I go further back than you guys with football, so it's like I agree with. I definitely agree with Jerry. I definitely agree with T.O. You can throw Randy Moss in there, but you got. I would even put like Michael Irvin or Chris Carter up there.
No, I wouldn't put it. I can't put both of them. I like Chris Carter. He was the one-hand genie. I like Michael Irvin, but Larry Fitzgerald was just. I know he ain't got a opportunity to get that championship.
Because you can. Okay, then where would you guys place? What's the name they used to play with the Carolina Panthers? Smith.
Oh, he's not top 5.
He ain't even top my 10. He ain't even my top 10.
Hall of Famer, but he ain't top 10.
I would put him in top 10 because of size alone. What he was able to do from because of his size, he was not your typical tall wide receiver. He was still able to put up numbers.
He a beast. He's Hall of Famer, but I don't know about no top 10. I had to read.
I had to think about that.
I would put him in top 10 simply because
him and Muhammad
because of his size.
But you got to consider, bro. For you to say, you got Lance Swan, you got you got all these cats, bro. You got
Steve Largent.
Yep, Lance Swan,
Tim Brown.
But see, when you start throwing them names out there, people don't know those cats.
What about the killer? What about the killer?
Oh
heck yeah, dude, Lynch Swan.
What about the killer? Marvin Harrison.
And you talking about defense was able to do all kind of crazy stuff to you.
Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison was a thug.
He was a thug in the regular season. Out there. He was a killer in the regular season.
No, he was a killer in real life. He was killing niggas in real life in Philly, dog. Y'all talking about Aaron what was old boy from the Patriots? Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron
nigga was that nigga before that nigga.
Yeah.
The media was scared of Marvin Harrison.
You had Lance Swan, you had that dude Casper for the Raiders. Oh man, you had some.
You had you could go back to Sterling Sharp. He was a month. I mean,
he was a beast.
You had a lot of good receivers that we were forgetting on, man. It was a lot of them out there, man. That's a tough position even to get into the Hall of Fame. Andre Reed.
Oh, Andre. Now you know somebody that played Taylor. Taylor that played alongside Rice. People forget about him because Rice put up good numbers, but Taylor was always right there.
Yep.
He was always right. Matter of fact, he made probably the play that that catch that everybody talks about. So.
Yeah, Andre in the chat, he don't know shit about shit, bro. He don't know football, bro. Stick to boxing. He don't know shit about shit. I don't forget.
I know I twisted a couple. Listen, I know I twisted a couple wigs about that Megatron comment, but hey,
that's your opinion. That's your opinion because once you don't see these guys actually get to the promised land or get to the playoffs and make big plays, that's what make you remember receivers. You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to go by what you because a lot of times, man, a lot of these receivers you would only see if they played your team. And they
exactly.
So you would see their stats and stuff like that.
Yeah. Charles Tillman used to give Megatron his best battle. I could tell you that from his best battle. It'll go back and forth. You know, 1 week he'd get him, but at the end of the day, Megatron was a product of being stuck in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? The Pistons will win it. The Red Wings will win it. The Tigers will get close. It'll go all the way back around and skip the line 17 times before they win the playoff game. It's bad being here. And what makes it so worse is the fans buying it.
I got to call. Hey, Andre, bro. This nigga Andre threw in Dalton over fucking Stafford.
Dalton.
As a part of it. And
Dalton, as in the quarterback.
And Jameis went, and I like Jameis, but Jameis ain't really proven to me right now.
He don't know shit, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Andrew Luck, he threw a pick every game. He ain't even played in 2 years. So no,
I call him Brett Favre Jr., bro.
Yeah, Matt Ryan, bro. The nigga who got everything.
Now
it blew the fucking.
I will say this: if anybody tries to put RG3 above Matthew Stafford, now that's what I'm gonna tell your ass fuck out this chat room for real.
Yeah, he probably gonna pull Lamar Jackson over him. You know what I'm saying? He must be like a Bear fan or he must be a Packer fan. He probably a Packer fan. You know, that's what they changed the rule for your quarterback.
Because you talking about a guy that I ain't watch football. I was an avid football watcher. Me and my brother used to sit and do the drafts before the draft because a lot of people got mad at us. But we told everybody, listen, man, Ricky Williams is not going to be as good as Edgerrin James. And everybody thought we was crazy. I said, man, Ricky Williams is not going to be as good as Edgerrin James. No, dog. When Ricky Williams was not as good as Edgerrin James. That when they first came, Edgerrin James was killer. But then you got to look at where he went to. He went to a team with a good quarterback that could take some attention off of him, so you couldn't put as many men up front in the box to guard the run because he could beat you in the flat or in the long. And Edgerrin James was able to just probably have some of his best seasons when he was there with the coach versus Ricky Williams. Especially Ricky Williams. When you sent him over to New Orleans at that time, who was the quarterback at that time when he went there?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't. What's my man? What's the lefty man? It wasn't. No, he went later on. Burrell.
Aaron Brooks. It wasn't no Aaron Brooks.
I'm talking about Mark Brunell.
Brunell was that nigga wasn't the quarterback down there for real, was he?
I said he went there later. He was in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I was like, man, Ricky Williams going to New Orleans, don't have a threat, don't have a quarterback, and got a halfway decent offensive line. No.
Hey, let's switch the topic real quick, man, about boxing. Me and CJ ain't gonna really give us our thoughts on this because we didn't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But Bo, man, last night we seen Ryan Garcia, the Flash, the man that's supposed to be the next golden boy, cash cow, struggling, very barely escape with a damn majority decision victory. Is it time to call Ryan Garcia what we call Felix Verdejo overrated?
If somebody says it, I'm not going to argue with it because here's the reality, right? Like Felix Verdejo. Now, for me, I wouldn't give him the tag overrated just yet because he hasn't got beaten by a low level, a C-level opponent just yet. However, if you want to say overrated just based off the eye test, then I don't have a problem with that because based off the eye test, yeah, especially if you see the thing about overrated is what people are projecting you to be versus what we see you do in the ring. Okay, so if you're telling me this is the guy who's going to take over the reins for Golden Boy, then you damn right he's being overrated because ain't nothing about Ryan Garcia I'm looking at that tells me that's a future pay-per-view star. But at all period.
Let me spin it this way, CJ. You can jump in on this as well. Because honestly, I'm gonna be real. I ain't started knowing about Ryan Garcia until last year. You know what I'm saying? So is he a product of himself, talking himself up? You know, of course, you know, you got the looks, the young guy. You know, California, you know, all that shit. And then, of course, the association with Golden Boy. So is he a product of him gassing himself up, or was people that you kind of respect in the media, which is very few that we do, did they gas him up? Because honestly, I did not hear anything about Ryan Garcia until one day. You know how it is. We watching boxing. Oh, got an undefeated guy. Oscar talking about him. He undefeated, got some power, some speed. So was he a product of himself, or was it motherfuckers out there that actually thought he was good? Like they hyped up Felix Verdejo and they hyping up what's my boy name? Bomino Lopez. You know, so was it that or is it what I just said before? Because honestly, this motherfucker came out of nowhere to me.
Well, they knew about him in the amateur program. You know, a lot of the Haney's and then we'll talk about him. But it's always a media hype job, man. They pay them writers to write about a Pacific fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. and that's why that's getting played out because nobody is opening up books or reading articles no more. So Bob Bam, Oscar De La Hoya having these writers in the back pocket, it doesn't matter no more. You know what I'm saying? It gives no credence to it because the ages from, you know, you can go from the ages of 10 to 20, shit to 30 nowadays. They not reading no more, man. So they not going to read these articles no more. So, you know, now you got Kevin Iole, and I alluded to this a few times. You got Kevin Iole that's vlogging now. You know, and in a minute you're going to see Dan Fat Ass Rayfield. He going to have to get the vlogging and again the YouTube channel. This is where the power is at. But, yes, they pushed him. You know, he on Instagram doing all this fancy stuff and acting like the Flash. He a hype job, bro. He a hype job. You know, and people believe in him. And you take this the way you want to take it. But, you know, Mexican fans going to support anything. Anything that got traction that get the rolling, they going to support him. And, yeah, he a hype job. You can tell. He's nowhere near on the level of being a top 15 fighter in any sanctioned belt body. He don't deserve to be there. You could tell the flaws that he got. He's scared to get hit. He don't know how to handle the volume punching that's coming at him. Mm-hmm. He should be a guy that's he should be a guy that's in the amateurs, bro, still. You know, to be honest, fighting for a medal.
Honestly, bro, I said it last night in the little recap video of the fight. He kind of reminded me of a fucking David Benavidez and Vladimir Klitschko in terms of how upright they stand. He looked more so like a damn Vladimir at times when he kind of getting attacked and trying to shoot the jab. It's like no upper body movement. He can't slip, roll, duck, no punches. He'll do a little bit of that when his back against the rope. But if you got
that's cool. The ring, hey, be cool. That's cool though. That's cool though. But Vladimir can control distance with his height. And
I just want to say those guys exude better boxing ability than Ryan.
That's the point I was getting to. That's what I'm saying in terms of. But Vladimir didn't get to that point until he linked up with Emmanuel Stewart. So that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. I'm getting to is like, so is it time for him to get a new trainer? Yeah, I mean, because he got the speed, he got power. I mean, he not a skillless fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because my man, General Pendlet, he said that, you know, he was a prospect of the year, and I think he was. You don't get prospect of the year for the most part.
No,
who gave him that prop? Because if you talk about somebody who came from Ring TV, come on, man.
Or ESPN.
I think
prospect of the year.
Yeah, but I just want to know. I mean, to tell me who gave him, whoever said that, tell me who gave him prospect of the year. Because if that came from like Ring TV or an affiliate of Ring TV, I'd have to question that.
Hey, General Pendlet, let us know who gave him prospect of the year. Andre say Lil B-Hop, Teofimo, Hudson, Haney, Shakur. Compared to these guys, Ryan's trash. Yeah,
Lil B-Hop will beat the fuck out of that kid, man.
Well, I haven't seen enough from Shakur Stevens for me to say that.
Yeah, me.
But I still believe in the kid.
I put it. You know what? I put it like this. I haven't seen enough of Shakur to say that, but what I've seen of him show from a talent standpoint, you can definitely show that he's showing a little bit more talent than what we seeing out of Ryan. And well, see, Ryan is benefiting from one thing. Golden Boy, and
ain't got
get mad at me. Those that's listening can get mad at me all you want. I'm just gonna say this. Golden Boy is pushing the prototypical type Oscar De La Hoya looking type of fighter from Mexico. Because when it comes to Francisco Vargas, you put that nigga through the gauntlet. He had to fight 3 of the toughest fights of his life. Canelo ain't had to do it. Ryan Garcia had to do it. Okay. What's his name? Diego De La Hoya. Jojo Diaz. Okay, so these guys ain't going through that gauntlet like that. So you got a guy who you trying to promote as, you know, nice looking Mexican kid, young, up and coming and things of that nature. But at the same time, I do agree with Big Cool is maybe he does need to do training. Now he's benefiting from all this hype because of who he's connected to, and he's connected to Golden Boy that's connected to HBO and ESPN, and now we able to see him more live with the Facebook thing. But what I've been seeing out of him lately, Ryan Garcia does not have that killer instinct in him, and he's going to have to develop that because, like my man TBC just said, this is a dude that when you start putting pressure on him, you see him retreat sometimes, and that's crazy.
Exactly, bro. And if you see in it, I think it was that 7th round, motherfucker came out there and Morales didn't lead with a jab. He didn't work his way in. He hit him straight with a clean left hook. You know what I'm saying? And at that point of a fight where you already been getting busted up, you should be on. You already should know. You should come out hands up, chin tucked. You know what I'm saying, in the proper stance. This dude came out there like, oh, well, this motherfucker he gonna let up on my ass. No, And did you see when he got hurt? He got hurt with like a hybrid jab uppercut. And from that moment on, Morales was in his ass, no homo.
Cool.
He was constantly looking at the clock like this nigga. Really
Hey, but cool.
Go ahead.
Let me address something. Let me address this dude Andre right a second, because he's saying this dude is hard on Megatron, and now he on Shakur. Okay, let me address that comment right there, right quick. Now, what I said about Megatron, if you go back and listen, I actually had some good points of what I said. But you talking about now I'm on Shakur. I said, and let me repeat this. I said it's hard for me to put Shakur up there when you're talking about Ryan Garcia, because I haven't seen enough from him, which is actually correct. Ryan Garcia got 16 fights. How many fights does Shakur has? But I also said that what I've seen from Shakur shows me that from a talent standpoint, he's far more ahead of than Ryan Garcia. So, question yourself, bro. Don't ever question me.
Hey, it ain't even, look, man, it ain't even about that. Look, let's get this out of this. Is opinions only, man. We shouldn't be taking this shit to heart. Everybody got an opinion. We ain't got to agree. We can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? He like Shakur, you like him a lot more, and that's fine. But these guys still unproven at the end of the day. It don't matter how great we think Haney is, Lil B-Hop, Tefimo, Ryan Garcia. These guys got to prove themselves when they step in the ring. So what we judging them off now is what we've seen so far, whether it's the progression or regression. So it ain't nothing, no vendetta, none of that, man. We just going off what we watching. So like I said, my man Bo got a lot of knowledge. CJ got a lot of knowledge. I got a lot of knowledge. We might not always get it right, but we observe this shit. We study it. I'm pretty sure, Andre, you do the same thing. So it's all about opinions, man. There ain't no need to, get up in feelings over another man's opinions on another man. So, goddamn, that threw me off. Shit. What was you saying, Bo? Or you finished your statement?
No, that's all. I just want to say when you sometimes you got to listen to what somebody has said overall. You see what I'm saying? You got to listen to what he said overall. And overall, I'm just saying that, okay, you threw Shakur up there over Ryan. I haven't seen enough from Shakur. I haven't seen enough from Shakur for me to say, okay, well, I can put him up there and, throw his name in there with guys like, the names that we name. I said, but if you look at Shakur Stevens right now, he's actually like Shakur Stevens actually does have that killer instinct. Ryan Garcia does not have that killer instinct. And I think Shakur Stevens right now has a bigger killer instinct than Ryan Garcia.
I feel you, Andre. It's definitely nothing personal, man. Definitely. And like I said,
don't take nothing personal. Just when I hear that questioning my judgment, okay, no problem. Let me help you out. Let me tell you where I'm coming from.
And that's all it is. Well, maybe, hey, Andre, you drop your email. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, heck yeah. Hey, I would more than welcome to come on here so I can. Hey, come on here, man. Let's talk. Because that's really what, at the end of the day, that's what this is. It's boxing conversation. So let's talk.
Yeah, and General Pender, he said ESPN gave him that prospect of the year. So
see, I question that because ESPN is affiliated with Golden Boy.
It is true.
Because ESPN was the one that was pushing like what's the name? Y'all talk about Ryan Garcia dropped out of nowhere. What's the name dropped out of nowhere? The kid that Rumforsyth beat. Ramon Gonzalez just kind of dropped out of nowhere.
Facts.
Yeah.
Ramon Gonzalez just kind of dropped out of nowhere. like where did he come from?
All right, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. As y'all come in, we about to move on to the next subject. Again, we ain't gonna talk too much about this with CJ Mike because he really riled up about this fight. But Bo, let's talk a little bit. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. What's your thoughts, man?
My thoughts is, do I believe either one of them is really gonna fight Errol Spence after this?
That's all that matter, huh?
They say they being forced to, and Earl said that a while ago. So they happen to be forced to fight him next.
That's my thought. I actually like this fight. Here's the thing, man. Sean Porter is just, you got to hit that dude. You can hit that. Sean Porter's gonna come at you. Now he showed a little bit more better boxing skills than I actually thought he had when he fought Keith Thurman. So, but he's short. He's compact. You got to hit that dude with the kitchen sink. He's aggressive, but he's effective aggressive. Like Sean Porter knows he's short, so he doesn't come in like most short guys come in and you can kind of tag him with an uppercut like that. So he's not one of them dudes that he just clumsily comes in. And he's, it's going to be a tough fight. But I think Sean Porter's style can play in the hands of Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia like for you to come at him. The kind of guys that Danny Garcia have problem with, the guys that are movers. That's why Lamont Peterson was giving him hell. Danny Garcia, and that's what you even seen Keith Thurman get on his bicycle. So Danny Garcia has problem with guys who moves around. I think Sean Porter's style plays into that hands of Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia is also one of the guys like to catch you in between the counters. In my honest opinion, man, it's a 50-50 fight, but I can actually see Sean Porter winning this fight. I think that Sean Porter's work rate could wind up being the difference.
All right, and I know CJ has been making this point, and it is a very valid point, very correct point, and a very key thing that Sean Porter is going to have to do to be successful. We all remember the fight with Mauricio Herrera. One thing Mauricio Herrera does have is a good jab. One thing that Sean Porter does have, but it's inconsistent, is a jab. So can you see his work rate alone pushing him over to the top to get a decision if he's not setting up anything behind that jab? Or do you think the jab is going to have to be a key? And that sounds stupid to ask, because we all know the jab is the most important punch in boxing, but not all fighters utilize it to the best or how they should. Floyd Mayweather, one of the prime examples, but he's a rare breed of fighter. So do you think that the jab is going to have to be there from round 1 to 12 for Sean Porter to be effective and be effective in a legit way and not just muddle shit up and hug and clinch all night? This for you, Bo.
Oh, okay. My bad. Say it again.
God damn, I just said a mouth.
Dog, I thought you were talking to you. You said, do I think this would be something that Sean Porter be rubbing and hugging and mucking
No,
I'm
saying like, because you said that you believe the work rate of Sean Porter it might be enough to get him that victory. And I brought up Herrera, who, in my opinion, he beat Danny Garcia 3 years ago in Puerto Rico, but he set up everything behind the jab. You know what I'm saying? He used that jab to close the distance. You know what I'm saying? And we know that Sean Porter doesn't always use the jab. You know what I'm saying? He used those crazy, like, football drill type footwork, coming at different angles, running in, using his head, and then he'll smother his head in your chest and go to work. You think he's going to need the jab in this fight, which is a stupid question because we know jab is the most important, punch in boxing? You think he's going to have to jab more often to close range and get in there to actually be effective? Or you think he can do the latter and just bull rush his way into there and make Danny uncomfortable that way?
I think he'd have to do the latter, which bull in there and make Danny Garcia uncomfortable, because that's what Sean Porter is really good at. Good at getting inside and making it uncomfortable. Danny Garcia is not like Kell Brooks was able to muffle that, because Kell Brooks it was big and strong enough to hold and hold effectively. Danny Garcia is not a holder. So he's not a guy that's gonna be able to hold. And I think Sean Porter is strong enough to where even if Danny tries to hold, he's strong enough to break that before the referee gets in there. So he's gonna have to make Danny uncomfortable, keep Danny hands at bay. Because go back to that fight with Keith Thurman. I think that there are times when you can get to Danny and make him uncomfortable, and it takes him a minute to adjust. So Sean would have to fight like that, because that's one of his strengths. He now what he can do, he can switch it up to keep Danny off balance and confused. He can definitely switch it up, don't fall into a false pattern, but he's gonna have to fight the latter, man. That's his strength.
All right. So you got a prediction, or you gonna hold it off for your show?
I'm gonna hold that off till we get close to the fight, man.
All right, we 6 days and counting, man. So expect y'all. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy Bo, Truth Fact Sports Talk.
Well, you know what? I'll go make a prediction right here on your show, because I don't do enough shows to do it on my show. I have to go with Sean Porter.
Wow, split decision, unanimous decision, majority
decision. I think Sean Porter by split.
I'm gonna say this: if he don't come behind that jab, he gonna get beat. I'm trying to tell you right now, nobody beats Danny Garcia without a jab. May it be happy Herrera. We can talk about wins or losses off the record. Herrera, it was the jab. Only guy that really did it was Keith Thurman, and Sean Porter ain't no Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
no, he's not.
If he don't use that jab, he comes straight in versus Danny Garcia. Garcia is sharp, and one thing that I didn't talk about, I'll talk about my prediction show, prediction video I'm gonna drop about this is tonight. Sean Porter is rusty. He ain't fought since November. So it almost been a calendar year since he fought.
When was the last time Danny fought?
February
against Brandon Rios.
Okay.
So I mean, this is a fight everybody been wanting to see. I've been wanting to see it for the longest. We finally get it 6 days away. It should be a chess match, and I think this is gonna be a fight that I'll get my prediction, later, thorough breakdown or whatnot. But I think that it's just gonna be a good fight. Put it like that, and as long as the winner faces Errol Spence, they good in my book.
They're not gonna face him right away.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. I don't think you face Errol Spence right away. I think you fight now, and then you take you fight in September, then you take like one build up fight in December. I mean, if you're smart, you fight now, then you and Earl can fight on the same card to build up your fight in December to build up you guys fight for next year, 2019.
But no, I disagree with that. I'm sick of that. No offense to you, I'm sick of that business mindset. This shit is built up.
I know and I feel you, but I'm
need to be fighting the first quarter. The second quarter.
I feel you, but if they have a tough fight, if this is a tough fight and it goes 12 rounds, I don't see these guys jumping right to fight.
I agree. I don't see them. But shit, when after James Toney beat Michael Nunn, he went on and fought Mike McCullough.
Yeah, he fought Mike McCullough, and that was a different time. And I agry with you.
Right. They need to go ahead and do that. They ain't had a tough fight this year. If you're gonna fight once every year, you need to have one tough fight. They don't. And I understand what you're saying. You thinking inside their mind, but in actuality, no. They need to go ahead and fight in the first 2 quarters of next year.
Put it like this: it would be good for boxing if they fought. If you fight now, then in September, and then you make the Errol Spence fight December, early January. That's good for boxing.
See, my thing is this, right? Errol Spence or whoever, not Errol Spence, or Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, whichever one of them said that they being forced to fight. You can't honestly force a grown man to do anything that they supposed to love to do. But okay, if that's the case, then will they be able to? Are they gonna be forced to fight them next, or it's gonna be like or are they giving them to okay, you can have a little.
What Fred said a while ago today was gonna take an intern fight or like a little voluntary fight. And when I seen Andre Berto put that medal around his neck, I just assumed that if it's Danny Garcia, it'd be Andre Berto.
But my thing is this though. To your point, CJ. Fucking Danny Garcia just had a fucking tune-up fight. And shout out to my boy Brandon Rios. You know what I'm saying? Cool ass dude. He just had that against Brandon Rios. Why the fuck do he need it against Andre Berto? If you're not ready for Errol Spence after being a 2-division champion, been in the ring with Hall of Famers, Keith Thurman, former Unified champion, then when are you gonna ever be ready for the motherfucker? Why do you keep having to fight these guys that's not gonna help you in no way at all? Get prepared for Errol Spence. It makes no fucking sense, man. It makes no fucking sense at all. We always, when it comes to Danny, it's always some goddamn. Well, you know what? I'll fight the motherfucker, but just let me get some cherry pie real quick. Man, come on, man. Get
they got the same energy. At the end of the day, if you want to be the best and you trying to conquer, you ain't waiting around for somebody else to conquer. You trying to get all the chips off the board. They ain't got that mentality, man. Sean Porter ain't fought since November, bro. Yeah, and he said out his mouth, and I put on Instagram, he said out his mouth, I'm not coming back until I fight Keith Thurman. That's what he said.
No, he did say that. He didn't want to fight to put his standing at risk, and you're absolutely right. I remember when he said that.
And I get that, but see now that was fine and dandy, but now once you got that strap around your back, bro, around your waist, you either gonna fight Spence or you're gonna fight Thurman. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. And since Thurman still ain't back yet, you need to go let your nuts hang and fight Errol Spence, bro. You never know what you can do. It don't matter what we think. Don't matter what we say. Don't matter what we see with our eyes. They got to get in there and fight. And we done seen the impossible done before. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you see my Instagram video. He said he don't want no parts of that man, Sean Porter. Just said that after the Granados win. That's what he don't want no parts of him. So only welterweight I want to fight is Keith Thurman and then Danny Garcia, a non-title holder. He don't want it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It don't make no sense. How do you want to fight Danny Garcia, but you don't want to fight Errol Spence? These niggas are all dangerous in different ways. So I don't see why.
That's why I'm streaming that hole in the boycott group, bro.
But see, now this is one thing in Sean Porter's defense. I don't agree with it. Let me say this off the bat. I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying I understand it. Now, his whole reason once upon a time for not fighting Errol Spence was he said he felt some kind of way after he lost to Kell Brook. The IBF took him completely out the top 10 of the rankings. They pretty much took him completely out their rankings. Yeah. And he felt some kind of way about them doing that. So when it came when people was talking about, well, go fight Errol Spence. He was like, I feel some kind of way about how the IBF treat me. Now, I still, that's still a cop out because you got a chance to fight for a title, regardless of how they treated you. You got a chance to fight for a title. That's still a cop out. But I'm just saying, in his defense, I see where he's coming from. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that if you had the opportunity to fight Earl for that title, you should have took it because, like you said, you probably would have beat Earl. You would have regained the IBF title instead of waiting for Keith Thurman to come back where you were sitting out a whole year.
I ain't say he probably would have beat him, but shit, I mean, hey, at that time he has a look, man.
You never know what happened. He
That's
probably
what I was
have.
saying.
I mean, I've never seen Earl fight a short, stocky pressure fighter like that before. Maybe Sean could be effective. You never know.
I mean, I know he can be effective, but he
ain't gonna be effective. He gonna get killed. You know what happened in sparring? Nah, you know what he did to you in sparring. That's why you don't want to fight him. But no, the whole point about this. Hold on, my bad. He said that he wanted to rematch with Kell Brook. As soon as Earl got the IBF title, he didn't want the title no more, but he wanted to rematch Kell Brook. I ain't trying to buy that shit,
That's
man.
True.
Fuck him and his daddy.
That's true.
Fuck him and his daddy, man.
Look, man. At the end of the day, these fighters get paid to fight. And why they always tell us to, just be quiet and just cool. Fight happen. What?
At the end of the day, these guys are more businessmen than fighters.
No, I know that, but I'm saying they get paid to fight, and they get paid to fight. They want us to dish out our money, our time, our energy. You know what I'm saying? To catch a train, catch a flight, drive up there, buy their merchandise, follow them on all these social media platforms for them to fight who? Adrian Granados?
That dude stay fighting somebody.
Tomas Delorme?
That dude stay fighting somebody.
And my thing is, bro, when is you gonna give us a leg to stand on, bro? Like I'm not about to look, man. I ain't gonna keep doing this shit with these motherfucking fighters, and they can hear this shit and get mad all they want to because the truth hurt a motherfucker. That's why they always block you, or they never fucking entertain you because they don't want to hear the truth.
Or call your lawyer, or call their lawyer on you. How about that one?
That too. The truth is, these niggas are cowards, and if people gonna say, "Well, Big Cool, your big ass ain't never fought." Hey, if I was a fighter, I goddamn fight the best that was out there. And I can say that 100% true. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to make a business decision for a fight or two, but if you make it every excuse, either you gonna shit or get off the toilet. Simple as that, bro. Like, it's cowards that's in boxing. It's cowards that's in boxing. So I don't hit me with that. Well, you ain't putting your life on the line. Like, bro, we all that play football or some kind of physical sport. It don't matter what level you on. A coward is a coward. And
these niggas, you ain't signed up to feed your family by fighting in the ring. That ain't your problem. All you signed up is for Showtime, HBO, ESPN Plus app to see the best fights. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Exactly, I done fought the best in the streets. Then took some L's, and took some assholes, and gave some out too. Bare knuckles, ho. I done took some and gave some too.
Shit, I done been in the ring. I done fought amateur.
Bo, you know it's some cowards that fight. So you know it's some cowards that fight, bro. So you know it.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something no fighter will admit. It's not to say you're coward, but everybody has doubts when you sit in that locker room, right? I don't care what a fighter tell you. There's always that doubt in the back of every fighter's mind when he's sitting back there in that locker room. There's those butterflies that are going around in your damn stomach. Now, when you get out there and you get in that ring, that's when you switch it and you turn it on because now it's game time and it's for real. Okay, there's never been a moment when back there in that locker room, and in the amateurs, everybody like you don't know who you're gonna fight. You could be actually having a casual conversation with the dude that you about to fight with. So you sitting back there, man, and when you walking out to that ring, hey, it's game time. But I will say this though, it's hard for me to see how these guys train, sacrifice their time, the energy, the effort, and all of this, not to eventually fight for a title when that opportunity comes up, simply for the reasons of you don't like how this, how they did you here, or you don't like the decision you got and all that. I personally don't like it. Like if somebody asks you about Spence, I don't like it when you tell me, well, if you look, I ain't mentioned Spence's name 3 years ago. I wasn't talking Spence. Matter of fact, I remember when Floyd Mayweather retired. And Floyd said, I want either Keith Thurman or Sean Porter to fight Earl Spence for one of my titles. And what were they talking? No, who Floyd think he is? Who Floyd? What? Okay. And then they told Spence, hey, if you get a title, we'll fight you. Okay, he got a title. Y'all still not talking to you. So
exactly, that's my thing. We didn't all man playing football. You of course you get butterflies, you nervous, but I ain't gonna tell my coach. You know what? I ain't gonna go out there, coach. He bigger than me. He might be stronger than me, quicker than me. I'm gonna just sit there. So now, fuck no. You go give it your best. You know what I'm saying? You can't become a champion by being a sorry ass. Look, it's very rare in the history of boxing that a motherfucker that has absolutely no skill to be a champion wins. It's rare unless your only skill is punching and having power. That's it. So you can't tell me these other champions are fucking terrified of Errol fucking Spence. And I don't say that with no disrespect. I'm just saying he a man like everybody else.
That's the problem. You call them champions. They title holders. You know, like I say, them doing folks just title holders.
Hold on. You know what? That one we talked about that last time. That's the one I agree with you in the aspect of you got so many belts that everybody's a champion. And if everybody has the mind frame while I'm a champion, there is very hard to get these guys to give on anything because they feel like I'm a champion. What I got, and I'm talking dudes that's holding like the WBC international belt.
Well, see,
you know what I'm saying? They have the nerve to walk around
cool.
Champion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, LSU dog walking Miami 27-3. Mike going crazy off that shit.
Damn, cuz.
They beating the hell out of Miami, man. They beating them, dog. I mean, it ain't even close. One dude named Borsetta. This dude got 6 carries for 70 yards and 2 TDs. 6 carries. That's way over 10 yards a pop.
Yeah, that's like what? That's like 10.5 yards a carry.
God damn, but back to what I was saying though, in terms of what the fuck was I saying? Shit, CJ threw me fuck out when he said that shit. God damn, I hate it for you Miami fans. Gib. Damn,
wait a minute. Is this Miami U or Florida State? This the U?
You.
Oh, the U. Oh,
you get stumped out like that. What I was about to fucking say?
U. That's my squad. That's always been my squad.
Oh no, shit. They knew these motherfuckers and pissed me off so bad. I forgot what the fuck I was about to say. But anyway, man, y'all niggas need to fight each other. Simple as that. Because these motherfuckers can be beat. Oh yeah, I'm about to say if you a champion, if you feel like you a champion, it's like growing up, right? If you ain't got the best shit, but you just know you take pride in yourself, right? It might not be the name brand shit. It might be a bad comparison, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. It say you got some fucking felines, and I got forces, and CJ got J's, and obviously felines ain't as popular. You still gonna fucking, wear your shit with pride. You gonna let people know, look, I'm cleaning them motherfucker, these felines, this, and that. If you're the Intercontinental WBC champion, you gonna want to fight a motherfucker who they say is better than you, can beat you, or they want to see you in the ring with. It's a pride thing at the end of the day, man.
It's a pride thing, but Big Cool, you got to remember something. See, and again, man, I'm not trying to make no excuses for him, but here's the one thing we all got to think of. At one point in time, all these niggas was hungry. Remember Keith? I ain't scared to let it go. At one point, all these niggas was hungry. What happens is they get that title, they get that money, they get that fame. They see the business and how it works. They see the money around the business, how it works. They get complacent. And it happens to so many of these dudes that they like, okay, well, now that I'm the champion, I'm going to work the business side of this. And they get complacent, man.
Sucker ass motherfucker. I hate this shit, bro. That's the shit.
I feel you, man. But I mean, you got to understand, you work so hard to get here. A lot of these guys don't want to let it go. Like Angel Garcia said, which was, let me reiterate, that was the bullshittiest thing I've ever heard in my life. When he said, why should we fight killers? We didn't fought killers before for no money. Now we can fight a sucker for all this money instead of fighting a killer.
Hey, Andre said this. He said boxing needs a pay scale. A pay scale is the only way we can get the best to fight the best. Al fucked up by giving these guys these crazy purses for bum bashing. And that's the truth be told, bro.
Yo, that's how he started PBC.
You know what? I agree with that. And here's something else too. It wasn't just Al. Al got the most fighters that he do that for, but it wasn't just him, because when you telling me Gennady Golovkin getting $2.5 million to fight a Turiano Johnson who pulled out and he wound up fighting Dominique Wade. Now everybody's gonna say that's a Mando, and I get it, but 2.5 to fight this to fight that dude, come on, man.
But Al set the platinum standard though. Al, especially with Andre Berto, he milked the hell out of HBO. He set the platinum standard. Yes,
and Andre Berto didn't really fight. When you think of the guys that was around, Andre Berto was there. Andre Berto's resume is a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're right. And I say he set the platinum standard. That was PBC was built on. Bum bashing for top dollar. The undercard, when PBC first started, and I know it was just a startup, the undercard fights was better than in the swing card fights is better than the main event.
I agree with that.
That's a fact. That was a fact. But then they turned it around.
You know what they should have did though? You know what you should do now? Go moving forward. You should test these young fighters when they get to a certain. You know what I'm saying? When they get to a certain like between 7 and 12 fights, give them somebody that we know they shouldn't be fighting right now. And goddamn, be serious. Drop a fake ass contract. You know what I'm saying? They won't know the shit. You ain't gonna fuck them over.
Listen,
hold on. Draw a fake up ass contract and tell them, look, you a real fighter, right? If they sign that bitch, all right, then you got something. If not, then get the fuck out of my office. Fight.
But you already know. But they already get that vibe from the management team, bro. They get that vibe. They know when the guy ready and not ready, when he will and when he won't fight. Al Heyman meets with them dudes, individual managers, as much as he needs to. They know where these guys are and not at. But the point is that they need to change the pay scale. Andre White, they need to. You know what? If you want to go ahead and fight at Angel Granados, you no longer a main event. Go ahead and open up the Showtime card. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and open up for Broner. You know? Don't make these dudes main events. You know, at the end of the day, look, like I said before, if they get mad and take their little belt over to Eddie Hearn, who cares? Go to the zone and fight nobody. Because guess what? You obviously not fighting the fights that the fan want to see you fight at Showtime, so you're irrelevant. It's a fact. You know, it's a fact. I'm not tired of seeing these dudes bum bash and shit like that. At this point, I'm not even watching Canelo Triple G2. I'm not watching that shit. It was all orchestrated. It was a WWE type of scheme. They scripted that shit out. When they first signed the second fight, they was talking about fighting the third fight already. No, you're not about to get my money. I love going to the movies to watch a fight, but I will not be paying my $20 or whatever they want for that fight. It ain't happening. I'm not supporting garbage boxing no more. May it be Al Heyman, Smell Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya, Facebook, Instagram, The Zone. I'm not doing it no more, dog. I got too much shit going on in life to be worried about some sorry ass fights, dog. It ain't gonna happen.
You know what? I just don't watch them. Now I'm always gonna I'm always gonna support this sport, and I'll report on it because that's what we do. But I'm not gonna sit here and play it down, because the reality is, when you when you look at some of the fights, like, what was the reason? And this did, and even though it happened on the Golden Boy, let's keep it a buck. When Danny Garcia fought that dude, what was his name? Horatio, whatever that was, that beat him in Puerto Rico.
Mauricio Herrera.
Okay, Mauricio Herrera and Raw Salka. What was the purpose of fighting Raw Salka? Now, that did happen under Golden Boy watch, but let's keep it 100. It was Al Heyman that was the manager, the advisor at that time. Okay, so I can't lay it all on Golden Boy feet, because Al Heyman had a big part of that.
But I can tell you why that fight happened, though. That fight happened because Oscar De La Hoya, was shaming Golden Boy, and they was trying to buy Golden Boy from De La Hoya for $100 million. When De La Hoya didn't want to do it, they started running out them contracts versus sorry fights to get them over to just to be in contract, to be promotional free agent. See, Danny had a Golden Boy contract, and they needed to run the fights out before Oscar De La Hoya got out.
See, I thought those fighters were on a fight-by-fight basis.
No, some of them got with the motherfucker. Yeah, some of them dudes had a contract with Golden Boy. Adrian Broner had a contract with Golden Boy.
Did have a contract. That's why he didn't.
I thought it was only Leo Santa Cruz and Lucas Matisse was the only one that had.
Hell no, Danny Garcia was a Golden Boy fighter too.
Yeah, he did buy something.
Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner had a Golden Boy contract.
He sure did buy some of them out. You're right. He did.
Them dudes didn't get bought out. Their contracts Danny Garcia contract got ran out. The Raw Soccer fight was the last fight of the contract. But some of the dudes did get bought out, but they was running their contract fights out. So Danny Garcia contract got ran out.
Andre say unification fight should be 7 figures. Yeah, that ain't a bad goddamn idea.
7 figures split?
Nah, 7 figures for the. 7 figure. You get 7-figure payday for a unification belt or championship.
It don't work that way. Too many belts.
It don't.
It was 2 belts. It was 2 belts. I mean, 7 figures is rare. Oh yeah, I agree. I'm thinking 8 figures. My bad.
No,
7 figures.
Yeah, no, 7 figures. Yeah,
look, man, this how I look at it right here. It should be 4 regular champions, how it used to be. If you're gonna keep all them champions, it should be 4 regular. No, it's the super, whatever the fuck the main champion is.
It should be.
What it should be is what it used to be.
I'm saying if they're gonna keep it that way, it should be just 4. IBF, WBA, WBC, and WBO. It should be 1.
The WBO didn't even used to count. The WBO didn't use to count to 2006 for
real. No. I think what Big Cool is trying to say, you shouldn't be having these intercontinentals.
Interim, regular
Latinos and all that stuff, right?
Those can be they can be there in terms of if it's gonna move them up the rankings, but it shouldn't be no interim WBC. Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be a secondary champion. It's the main champion, then you got these fucking prospects that come up to grow to that intercontinental whatever status, And
to my regular
then,
WBA titles.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Should be regular champions, and then if you got the WBC Intercontinental, that's how you move up the rankings by beating these guys and doing that shit. So once you in that top 2 or 3, and a motherfucker don't want to fight, they get skipped over, and you become the mandatory. That's the only. That should be it right there. It shouldn't be no extra belts other than the ones that's gonna get you in position to
fight for
be
the
a
championship.
mandatory. Yeah, that's it.
I agree with that.
That's it.
I agree with that, but I just think it should be down to, I said 3 title belts, two real title belts like it used to be when Donald Curry was the undisputed, and it should have a developmental belt. You know what I'm saying, for prospects and guys that's on the fringe of being top 15 or something like that. It should be two regular belts. What it used to be the WBA and the WBC, and it should be a developmental belt. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these them 2 other belts, man. You don't need them belts, bro.
Now you know what? I want to get back to something. He said that. And although you listen, I get what my man is trying to say when he said that there should be a pay scale. The problem with that is, how would you determine what the lower tier guys would get?
I mean, I get what they get now. I mean,
scrap, you get the leftovers, cuz.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, you got some lower tier fighters that shoot, they'll take a fight where, you know, who is it? Oh man, I forget the dude's name. But anyway, he fought a named opponent, but he only got like $20,000 for that fight.
Oh, Gay Rosado, man.
You know, and I think that's a choice. Like if you're the guy that fought Lomachenko,
remember Miguel Moraga?
Bro, yeah, Moraga only got like $30,000 for that fight, man. That's embarrassing. That's a shame.
I wouldn't have fought that shit, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they would have fought another nigga.
Get me 200, 300, 400,000 or some shit.
Bob Arum cheap as fuck, man. Look at his undercard pay scale, man.
But see, he do it to people that ain't from America for the most part, bro. He do it for them fighters that you know.
Shit, Jose Benavidez made $30K.
Well, like I said, the American
was the third bout, and the co-feature between Pedraza and whatever that tall Mexican guy was before the fight. Pedraza just fought with Beltran. I don't think neither one of them made $100K.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, bro? Go over to the Scam Daddy. If you
What's good? What's good? Terrence Gayton and would be more TV too. Terrence said
used to be like that. WBA title. Said.
The ring
it actually used to be like that. It used to be the ring, WBA, WBC.
I agree with that.
IBF came later.
The ring lost so much prestige, though, bro.
Because it's bought by Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Alex Santos?
The ring, man. It's you know, it be about something. Now you just need to have the WBC and the WBA. That's it.
Dude said he'll fight his mom for 30 racks. All right.
Man, I wouldn't fight my mama for 30 million.
Yeah, you already know.
For 30 racks. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Them 30 racks. People don't understand how boxers get paid. Your manager gotta get his cut in. Your coach gotta get his cut in. Your cut man.
Taxes.
You know, whoever your strength and conditioning coach, your sparring partners.
Taxes, yeah. Well,
promoter fees.
Dude, I guarantee you, if you only getting paid 30K, your sparring partners are the guys that walk in the gym.
Yep.
Hey, Andre.
You on Facebook putting recommendations. Anybody want to come spar me on my big fight?
Hey, just bring your updated medicals.
Anybody 5'7", 140, come to the gym.
Just bring your updated medicals and shit, and then we can get it popping good. Hey, Andre said 10,000 to 50,000 for the lower level dudes.
C-level fighters? Well, see, now again, for me, that's
D-level fighter, ain't it?
Yeah, but see, for me, that's the way you run into a problem, because for me, and let's say that C-level guy get the replacement fight where he's going to fight a top dude and it's way more money involved in it, then I think he should get more than 50K, because he's put a lot more at risk now.
It need to be a percentage base.
Okay.
It needs to be a percentage base. It got to be a certain percentage, like a per split. What is it, 75-25?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if you like, you're right. Like Martiaga fighting Lomachenko. Lomachenko was getting guaranteed 700,000. So that dude should have got more than some 30K. He should at least got anywhere between 75 and 100.
Yeah, that nigga went home 30K
like that, man.
That nigga went to the casino and blew that bitch that day, trying to turn it to 100K.
I mean, but that's a good start. 10 to 50K for Lord. That's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
That's a good start.
That's what probably prospects or like fringe contenders or whatever should get that shit. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Actually, De La Hoya got 10 grand his first fight as a pro because he won the gold medal with Bob Arum.
Well, he got 10 grand for that first fight, but he also had a signing bonus, I think, of 200,000.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of that's wrong in boxing, man. Hopefully, we can keep pushing the agenda. You know, put these motherfuckers' feet to the fire.
No agenda. We just want. We just.
Not the agenda. Not the agenda in a bad way. Just a positive.
Yeah. Hey, MMA fighters wish they could make 30K. Niggas fighting their main events, they making 30K in UFC.
We talking champions. That's not the champions that's doing 30 and
they get paid what the WBA players get paid, cuz.
Man,
female boxers, cuz.
They getting the sanctioning body split.
Look, no wonder they trying to come over to boxing, cuz, you know what I'm saying? So for what?
In a white pocket in the whole gate and everything.
Let me take my shit off the top.
Hey, motherfucker, they fighters getting on Ubers. Dana White getting into stretch limos and shit, leaving the fight.
You stupid dog. Don't say that.
They
probably got cars waiting on them. They probably got a car, a chick in their town waiting on them. Man, don't do them dudes like that.
They got to lift with the pink light. They going to the Motel Super 8. They going to the Super 8.
Truth Fact Sports Talk. I got love for my MMA people, man.
I do too, man. I'm just telling the truth. What I've heard.
No, they look.
They going to the Motel Super 8. Dana White going to the Hyatt.
They be like, hold the bed bugs, cuz.
Right. But my mattress covered.
They sleeping in the car, cuz. They like, fuck this shit. I'm like, God damn.
Damn, nigga, that's at the UFC belt. You get my Uber.
Like, damn, roaches.
UFC championship belt.
Be like, it's roaches all over my belt.
I like that idea. Last second replacement gets an automatic 15% of the purse, problem solved. I would say about 10, but that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. A replacement fighter should get at least 10% of the purse. Depending if he's replacing like a big fight where the other guy's getting a certain amount. Yeah, that's not bad. But the problem again that you have is these promoters and all of that, they know how desperate and hungry that you are, so they take advantage of that. You know, like I said, boxing is free market capitalism, man.
That's why it's funny. It's funny how this shit work too, though, man. Yeah. When the network's giving them money for the fight, the promoter is supposed to, dish the money out. Like Mikey Garcia said this a long time ago. He said they might give Bob Arum $5 million for the fight, and Bob Arum will give $1 million or $2 million to a Crawford, and to like I'm just gonna say Jeff Horn. He might get him $500K. He might spend $100K on the undercard out of his pocket, and he pocketing the rest. He coming out more than the fighters coming out. See, the network dishes the money out to the promoter to distribute it, and the promoter is supposed to pay the undercard out of his pocket, out of the money, and pay the fighters. Bob Arum pocketing all that shit. He'll make sure Crawford good, but his opponent, he gonna lowball the hell out of him in the undercard.
No, he's not the only one guilty of that, man. Don King did it. Al Heyman did it. I'm outside of overpaying. But then, like, I don't know, man, because sometimes I've seen Bob Arum and even Heyman, like Heyman gave Robert Guerrero almost $2 million when he fought his last fight against Figueroa. And I think that was more of a loyalty thing. Like, thank you for being loyal to me. And, boom. So here's, $2 million. And I've seen Arum do it. Hell, I've seen Oscar do it too. With Matisse, hey, here's an extra change for being loyal. So I don't know, man. They all got their ups and their downs, but it needs to be some level. It needs to be some foundation there when we're talking about when it comes to this money, because that's really the reason why you'll get a lot of these guys because I honestly think not every fighter is afraid. I just think every fighter look at that fight and say, well, you got to pay me a certain amount for that fight because it's a more dangerous fight. And if you want me to take that risk, you got to pay me for that. And I truly believe that, man.
Well, man, we about to finish out, man. We say 10 more minutes because shit, man, you got to hop on a group meeting for the other shit. And I know CJ got some videos and other shit he got to do, man. So we're going to make these NFL predictions, man. 4, we're going to pick each division winner, 2 wild cards, and then Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to start with you, CJ. Go ahead, man.
I thought you about to do the weekly picks and shit, bro. You got me fucked up. You got my mind in a blender now.
Oh shit! I mean,
who gonna win the division? Man,
we gotta do that first. We can do that first. No, man, we gotta do it before. You can't wait till the week.
Man, I don't know who gonna win no division just yet. I gotta watch at least one motherfucking regular season game of each one of these dudes.
I give you division, man. I'm gonna tell you probably the fucking Minnesota Vikings in the North. The South is probably gonna be. I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons in the South. In the NFC East, I'm gonna go with Walker 2 and Wentz, Carson Wentz and them Eagles. In the NFC West, I'm gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers. In the AFC North, I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. AFC South, I'm gonna go with that boy D Watson because he's bad as hell. I'm gonna go with Houston Texans. NFC East, I'm gonna go with New England, no doubt about it. AFC West, I'm gonna go with Phillip Rivers and them Chargers.
All right, man. Fuck it then. All right, AFC East, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. North, of course, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. South, I'll take the Texans. Now the West, I would have said the Raiders, but they just gave up. They just gave up something big. So I don't know, man. It's a toss up, but as much as I hate to do it, man, I may have to put my faith behind the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West. Philadelphia, of course, in the NFC East. I think Philly gonna come out on top of that. You said the Minnesota Vikings for the North, man. That's always the top toss up. I would have normally said Green Bay Packers, but Aaron Rodgers ain't got nobody this year. He's truly gonna be tested as a quarterback. So yeah, I'll give you the Vikings. I want to go Carolina. I think the Saints might surprise people. So I'm gonna go with the Saints and then the Arizona Cardinals for the West.
All right, what's your Super Bowl prediction, man? You gotta do that,
man. I ain't giving you that shit right now.
No, come on now, big cool.
He going too far. He going too far now.
All right, man. I'm about to get mine. AFC East, the Patriots. NFC South. AFC South, my Tennessee Titans. Fuck that.
Man, stop it, man. Stop.
Come on, man.
Stop being a fucking
hey.
Well, hey, football is a season of two halves.
Yeah, man, it's a fucking body.
You know what I'm saying? Tennessee might make a big trade or somewhere down the line.
Blake Royals, man. He better be quarterback than y'all quarterback.
Hey, appreciate it, Andre, man. Definitely join us, man. Like I said, drop that email so you get on, man. We can actually hear you, chop it up with us, man.
Oh, hell yeah, most definitely. I want him to come in and get I want anybody in the chat come in and get on because that's really how we learn and this sport grow, man.
Yeah, let him keep going with this Tennessee Titan bullshit.
Yeah. AFC East, New England. AFC South, Tennessee. AFC North, Baltimore. No,
AFC West.
I'm just joking. Pittsburgh. AFC West. I'm gonna say Kansas City. I mean no. Chargers. That's what I meant to say. Chargers. Keenan Allen, Phillip Rivers. And then the
NFC North and Detroit Lions. I know. Keep going.
Hey man, Phillip Rivers got to find.
Actually, I am gonna pick the Lions.
Oh, get the hell out of here, nigga. You probably gonna be in the basement.
Nah, I ain't gonna pick the Lions. I'm gonna pick the Bears. Actually, I'm gonna go with
the Bears.
Hey,
Trubisky, that quarterback.
Khalil Mack, Runny, the boy from Georgia, them cats, man.
Man, they ain't got no quarterback, man.
Honestly, it ain't nobody really to pick now for real. Seriously, not be serious.
Man, pick Green Bay Packers, man. Pick Aaron Rodgers.
Seriously though, being real. NFC East, the Eagles. NFC North, the Vikings. I'm gonna pick the I don't know. The NFC West kind of whack. It's starting to get back. It ain't whack, but
you better pick Jimmy Garoppolo, nigga.
That's what I was leaning towards them.
Or the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Gurley, Cooks. I think Goff getting better. Then the AFC, who I missed?
South.
We'll go with sorry ass Atlanta, man. Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I had to though, man. I think Breeze gonna show his age this year though, man.
Yeah,
you gonna pick Atlanta coming out the South?
I think about Julio. I think Calvin Ridley. I think
Oh, I forgot about Calvin Ridley though.
I think Coleman. I think Freeman. I think that defense. I think they're gonna be better, man. Julio got a point to prove this year. They ain't trying to give him his money, and he gonna show their ass, man.
They paid him.
Oh, they agreed to something?
No. They gave him some shut the fuck up money for this year.
Yo, have the Steelers solved their issue with Bell?
No, he ain't showed up yet, but he expected to show up soon.
He done after this year. He ain't going back unless they break the bank. All right, Terrence Gaten said Eagles in the East, Saints in the South, Packers in the North, Rams in the West, Steelers in the North, Patriots in the East, Chargers in the West, Jacksonville in the South. Hell no, Jacksonville lost every fucking body. They lost their top two receivers.
Man, they ain't use them. What you mean? They ain't use them niggas.
Well, you know. That is true. Okay.
Say that again. They didn't do what?
They used them niggas, man. Them niggas had to be in Dallas, Chicago.
Hey man, but we about to get up out here, man. Go make sure you subscribe to My boy Bo from True Fact Sports Talk. Got a dope channel, very knowledgeable all sports as you just heard up here. As always, go subscribe to my boy CJ. A lot of y'all come from his channel. What I appreciate the love from y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel, Box Clinic and more. Got a different variety of content on his channel. And if y'all like this channel, y'all can stick with it, man. Tune into the videos, turn the notification button on to get notified every time I upload content. And I'm gonna try to keep these hangouts going every Sunday when football season is coming back.
Yeah, like football hangouts, man.
Yeah, so yeah, we might turn them into football hangouts, and then Saturday night, bring back the
S2T College Sports Most Wanted.
Yeah. And yeah, Saturday, yeah. Damn, that's right. Yeah, if you like high school, college football, and basketball, make sure you subscribe to College Sports Most Wanted, S12, S10, me, the homie Cali from the Cali Enigma Show, and CJ. We do that over there. If y'all want us to do post-fight live hangouts on Saturday night for boxing, just comment or whatever in the comment section below. And then Sunday, we'll do the NFL recaps and all that good shit, man. So, yeah. We're going to try to keep pushing out that dope content. And we out this bitch, man. Till next time. Peace.
One.